Students who are in the online, am I audible, students? Okay. So let us move to the further. So I hope in the previous session, what we did, continuous statement is completed. Okay. So let us move to the further 4 p.m. under that loops, flow control statements. Once you see the index once. So there is a part of that we already completed, the continuous statement, and pause also you have seen it, and passes are regularly we are using it after this before continuing this completing this uh, flow control statements. I'll give a note on pass. Okay. So let me start today. And I did some examples on during this continuous statement. I used if statement, looping also, transfer flow statements also we used. Still I'll continue that. So today we are going for what? Inner or nested loops I will continue. Inner or nested loops will do that. So what do you mean by inner loops here? What do you mean by inner loops and how it is useful? What is the meaning of inner loops? Why it is useful to us? First, I'll tell you the purpose of inner loop and how to define inner loop and how many varieties of inner loops we can do and how many approaches are there to use this inner loops, followed by programming examples we discuss. So here, for loop in for loop, while loop in while loop, and for loop in while loop, and while loop in for loop. We'll discuss all such type of things. Let us take one requirement, student. On the basis of requirement, we'll continue the topic. So carefully try to follow. So today, my requirement is like this. My requirement is as follows. Is as follows. Now I'm going to give you. Carefully try to follow. So here, I want to display 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then 5 I want to display. How do you go for displaying 1 to 5? Tell me. Come on, start with. How do you go for 1 to 5? Come on, quick. So I'll take it like this. To display this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I will write what here? Come on. For I in the range of 1, comma 6. There I will write it. Print of I. Print of I. This is what will be generated for 1 to 5. Correct? So for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are the loop I will write it. Now here, when this one is coming, this part, my requirement today is when I am displaying this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when I started displaying this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again I am saying I will write this for loop that we already aware of it. Now the point is when this 1 is coming, when the number 1 is coming, I want to display something like this. See guys, 1 I want to display, again I want to display 2, again I want to display 2, I want to display 3. Careful. I want to display 1, 2, 3, I want to display. I want to display 1, 2, 3. The moment when 1 is coming, because of this for loop, I want to display 1, 2, 3. Same. When 2 is coming, I want to display what again? 1 I want to display, and a 2 I want to display, and 3 I want to display. For what? 2 is coming. How you can display this 1, 2, 3? Come on, how do you display this 1, 2, 3? For j in range of 1, comma 4, I'll print what? Print of j. For which value? For 1. So on the top of it, what I am writing? For displaying this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I will write one for loop. What is that for loop? For I in range of 1, comma 6, I will print what here? Print of what? I. Print of what I will say? I. Print of I. So when one is printing, this one I am talking about. First it starts from here, one is printed. It will come to the next statement in this for loop. This for loop you see, this for loop you observe it, this for loop you observe. This for loop also you observe it. Inside of this for loop is written. So here I am writing, after printing this number 1, it will go to where another for loop is written inside of this for loop. What is the value of j now? 1. So this one is printing. Now where it is going now after this? It is going to what? This j related for loop. What is the value of j? 2. What is the value printed? 2 is printed. Going to where again? J. What is the value of j? It is 3. 3 printed. Going to which j related loop? What is the j related loop becomes false. After that, it will come out of the loop j loop and it is going to where I related loop. I is going to contain what here? 2 is printed. 1 is already over. 1 now. Huh? Where are you? 2 it will go. It will be I is called 2. 2 is printed. 2 is printed. Next going to where? J again. What is the value of j? 1. Again 1 is printed, 2 is printed, 3 is printed. When 3 is printed, which loop becomes false? J related loop become false. Go to where again? Outer loop. What is the this I related loop is called outer loop. This J related loop is called inner loop we can call. Why it is outer? Inside of this I wrote another for loop. The I value printed is called what 1 is printed, 2 is printed, 3 is printed, 4 is printed, 5 is printed. When 2 is coming, what is printed? 1, 2, 3 is printed here. When 1, 2, 3 printed, go to where outer loop, 3 is printed. For 3 is concerned, what I will print again? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to write it. Here I'm going to write it. It is going to print 1. Again I'm going to say 2. Again I'm going to say 3. What did you understand with this discussion? Everybody has to understand here. What this is now called? 1 is printed. Here also 2 is printed. Here also 3 is printed. What is this entire thing indicates? Come on fast. These type of values are printed by one loop. These type of things are printed by another loop. This loop is written inside of this loop. That's why this looping mechanism is called inner for loops we can call. So here I am going to write it. This is a 1, 2, 3. How you can write the code here? Come on, start with for I in range of 1, 6. What is the value printed because of that? Because of that, I values are printed. 1 to 6, 1 to 5 is printed. Now I'm going to talk about for j in range of 1, 4. 1, 4. Here I'm going to say, here I'm going to write it, print of j. This loop is known as what here? Inner loop we can call. And this loop is known as what? Outer loop. Outer loop. Then I'm going to write it. Here I'm saying one small else part I will write it. Else I am writing. This is a else for which loop? This is our loop for which loop? Inner loop. There I am writing. Print of inner loop I am writing. Inner loop else. Inner loop else I am writing. This I am writing here. Else I am writing. There I am saying print of what? Outer loop. Inner loop. This I am writing outer loop. Carefully try to follow. This is called outer loop I am writing. Outer loop. Let us start the flow. This is known as outer loop. This is known as inner loop. This loop is written. This loop is written inside of what? This loop. This loop is called outer loop. And this loop is known as what? Inner loop. How you can do it? First, I'm going to tell you the skeletons. Start the flow. All of you try to participate in the flow if you want the subject. Otherwise, it is up to you. First, it will come to where online students try to interact, offline students, if you want to interact each subject, you interact. First, it is going to the outer loop. I value is 1. 1 is printed. 1 is printed. After that, it goes to the next statement J. J value is called 1. 1 is printed. For this one, 1 is printed. This is known as what? Outer loop related. This is known as inner loop related. After printing this J, it will go to the inner loop. I am telling the flow also. J value is called what? 2. Printed 2 here. Next is called what? Going to the inner loop. That is called 3 is printed. Going to the inner loop. That time it will become false. Coming out of the inner loop, inner for loop, go to the else part of inner loop. After executing inner for loop else, it will go to the outer loop. I value is called what here? 2. I value is called 2. 2 is printed. 2 is printed, it goes to the inner loop again. J value is going to be called 1 again. It is printed 1. Go to the inner loop once again. It is printed 2 here. Go to the inner loop again. It is printing 3 here. Go to the inner loop again, false. It will come out of the inner loop, go to the corresponding else part printed here, inner loop else. It is going to the outer loop again. It is going to print the 3, outer loop 3. It is entered into the inner loop again. J is called 1 and it is going to print the value J and it is going to the inner loop that is called 2 and it is going to the another inner loop called what? 3 here. Inner loop is becoming what here? False. Come out of the inner loop and looking for the else part. Else part also completed. Going to where? Outer loop. So 4 is printed outer loop. 4. 4 is printed. Here I will write 4. Outer loop related 4 is printed. Coming to inner loop, J value is printed here 1. And again going to where now? J value. It is J value printed 2 also, 3 also it will print. Go to the inner loop become false. Inner loop related else part will execute. Go to the outer loop, last part. It is printing 5, I value. Inner loop J value is going to be printed 1. And again go to the inner loop printed 2. Again go to the inner loop 3. It is printed. And then it is going to where inner loop false, coming to the else part and go to the outer loop. Outer loop is completely false. It will come to the outer loop related else and executes the other statement. This concept is known as what? For loop in for loop. For loop written in for loop. I hope you are understanding. So for every value of outer loop, inner loop repeated how many times? If outer loop is repeating n times, if inner loop repeated m times, total number of times repeated is what? N into m times it is repeated. Outer loop repeated 5 times. Inner loop related 3 times. 15 times totally it is repeated. 15 times totally it is repeated. I hope you are following that. So this is known as what? This is known as what? Defining one loop inside of another loop. What is the definition of inner loop? The process of defining, the process of defining one loop in, one loop in, one loop, one loop in, one loop inside of what? Another loop. Another loop is called inner or nested loop we can call. The process of defining one loop inside of another loop is called inner or nested loop. I hope you are following that. Next, how this is executing, what is the execution process of inner loops? The execution process of, here I am writing, the execution process of, the execution process of inner or nested loops is that for every value of, for every value of inner, for every value of outer loop, for every value of what? Outer loop. Inner loop repeated, inner loop repeated, inner loop repeated, finite number of times, finite number of times until inner loop test condition, inner loop test condition becomes false. Inner loop test condition becomes false. I hope that. So in general, outer loop planned for n times, inner loop planned for m times, total number of times loops will repeat is n into m times. So I'm writing in general, outer loop, outer loop, outer loop designed, outer loop written for n times, n times, n times to repeat, n times to repeat, and inner loop and corresponding inner loop written for outer loop defined I will write it, defined inner loop defined for how many times, m times, then total number of times both the loops both the loops repeats is come on, n into m times, n into m times. Is it a finite number of times or not? It is a finite number of times. So here, I hope you are following me, students. This is about concept. So in Python programming, we can define, we can define, we can define, we can define inner loops in four ways. In four ways. They are number one, I am taking for loop in for loop. For loop in for loop. Number one. Second one is what? While loop in while loop. While loop in while loop. This is second one. Third one is for loop in while loop. For loop in while loop. And fourth one is while loop in for loop. While loop in for loop. So this is about the concept of what? Here. This is the concept of what, inner loops approaches. Now I'm going to give you the syntax. Syntax, I will go for it. One loop syntax, I'll go for it. So here I'm going to enter into, first one I will take. Syntax number one. Syntax number one, I'm going to take up. So another syntax also I will take up. There I'm going to take up. Here I'm going to take syntax number two. What is the syntax number two? While loop in while loop. While loop in while loop. Next I will take it. Syntax number three. What is the syntax number three? For loop in while loop. Next I'm going to take up four. Come on. While loop in for loop. So first syntax. Come on, fast. For variable name one in iterable object. Iterable object. Iterable object. There I will write some block of statements. For variable name 2, variable name 2 in iterable object. In iterable object. There I will write it. There I will write it. Some more statements I will write it. And some more statements I will write it. There I am writing else part I am writing. For whom I am writing else part? Inner loop. This I will go for. Here also I am writing else part. There I am saying. This is the way. What is this is known as? Inner loop we can call. What is this is known as? Outer loop we can call. Inner loop as well as what? Outer loop I wrote it. How this is executing looping mechanism I said. because understanding these loops is very, very important. Let me go to this example. First, I will go to the example. Go to the PyCharm once. Go to the PyCharm. Now I will show you 4 different examples I will take up. Close this part. There I will take it 4 p.m. loops. Close our previous program. There I am going to take up new. Here I am writing. So there I would like to take up for loop in or something like this. Inner loops example 1.py. Inner loops example 1.py. There I am writing what is this for, what is this demonstrates? For loop in for loop. For loop in for loop I am writing. Come on fast. For I in range of 1 comma 6. So there I will print value of I. Value of I. Which loop this is? Outer loop is equal to dot format of what? I will write it. I wrote it. Then I will write it. One more for loop I will write it. For j in range of 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, 1 comma 4 or 1 comma 4. I'll take 3 for loops also, students. Don't worry. I'll give you that logic for you. Print of what I'm writing? Backslash t. Value of j is equal to what is this loop? Inner loop. Inner loop, I will say, is equal to comma or something like this. Dot format of what is this now? J. Dot format of j. Else part I am writing. Here I am writing backslash t. What is this now? Out of which loop? Inner loop. Out of inner loop. Out of inner loop. There I will say next else part print of what? Out of what? OFF. So this is called what you know? Out of this. So try to follow. Here I am writing. This is which loop? Outer loop this is. Try to run this example, students. I and j is printed here. Carefully try to run this and see the output of it carefully. And see this now, students. Outer value, outer loop, here, outer loop, here, outer loop. This is called 1, 2, and 3. And what about this called 1, 2, 3? Printed 1, 2, 3. Here also printed 1, 2, 3. Here also printed what? 1, 2, 3. I hope you are following. Last also 4, 1, 2, 3. Out of that. And it is going to be what? Out of outer loop. That I will try to get it. This line. Of course, I should not say backslash t. Try to run it. Last one you see. Out of which loop? Outer loop. This example makes you to understand how to understand these loops. Did you follow that? Online students, did you understand this example? So inner loops example 1.py. I will go to the next strategy. While loop in while loop. Tell me while loop in while loop what I will do. When you are going to while loop, compulsory what is required? Initialization is required. While, come on, test condition is required. Test condition 1. I will take it as what? Test condition 2. While called what here? Test condition 2. Test condition 2. There I will write it. There I will write it. Test condition 2. Here I am writing. Else part I will write it. Else part. This is called which one? This is the one we are taking. And here we are saying else part I am writing. This is the one I am writing. Else part here also I am saying. Else part here also I am saying. I hope you are following. This is comes under while and else. This is called while and else. This is related to inner loop. This is related to what? Outer loop. So here I am writing What is this now? Inner loop. And what about this is called outer loop, we can call. Inner loop and then outer loop. This is the one. Let me write the code for it again. Go to the same place, copy the same mechanism, try to follow. Here I'm writing new. There's writing here 2.py, 2.py. Try to copy this entire thing. Here I'm converting into this 2.py. Students, while loop in while loop, while loop I am saying. And how do you write it? I is equal to 1. I is equal to 1. Come on, how do you write it? While I less than or equal to I less than or equal to 6, value of I outer loop. Again, I will write it. J is equal to 1. There I will write it. While J less than or equal to J less than or equal to 3, value of J I wrote it. In else part, here I will increase J is equal to what? J plus 1. And once this is coming out of the inner while loop, it is printing out of inner loop. It is going to outer loop or not? Outer loop related time, I need to increase what value? I is equal to I plus 1. Otherwise, it will become what? For 1 only repeated. You can write this I is equal to I plus 1 here itself. No problem. You can write I is equal to I plus 1 there also. But it is your own choice. Wherever you like it, it should be careful enough in executing the logic. Here I am writing I is equal to I plus 1. And then I am writing here. And then I am writing, go to the place. Here I am saying, I think j less than or equal to 3, j is equal to I is equal to, try to run this also. Done. So try to run this now. Same output is coming. Here also 1, 2, 3, and then 4. For every value of 1, it is printed 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Also printed 1, 2, 3. Here also printed 1, 2, 3. Here also printed. Here also printed. I hope you are understanding the meaning of what? While loop in while loop. Online students, this is clear, I think so. Next I'm going for what? For loop in while loop. Which one is the top loop here? Outer loop here? While loop, for loop in while loop. Which one is the outer loop? While loop is an outer loop. So here I will write it. I'll bring this entire thing. Inside of that, I will write it. Which one I will write here? For variable name in iterable object. Iterable object. And corresponding to that, this is an inner loop, outer loop. Let me go for the example for that. In while loop, I am writing what? For loop. For is inner and while is what? Outer. Go to the same example and try to change the logic here once. Try to change your logic. Instead of printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you try to print what? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 you print. Correct? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 you print. Come on, carry this now. I will carry this part. What we are printing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one is 1, 2, 3. We are saying what today? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 you say. And here you print what? 1, 2, 3. Or if you want to print 3, 2, 1 also you can print. Shall I print that? Reverse, total reverse. What is the I value then? 6. What is the I less I greater than or equal to? 1 now. Greater than or equal to what? 1. Value of I is printed. J is equal to what here? 3. J greater than or equal to what? 1 now. J greater than or equal to 1. Value of J printed. J is equal to what? J minus 1. Our value of outer inner loop. What is this value now? I minus 1. I hope you are following me. Same. And here I need to write what? For loop I will write it. Better I will go to the for loop because our concept is that only. For loop in while loop. Okay. We'll no need to go for initialization. Remove that and try to write it. Come on. For j in range of 3 comma 0 comma minus 1. Print of what? J. Don't write what? J is equal to j minus 1. I hope you are understanding. What is the inner loop here? For loop. What is this one is called? Here I will write inner loop. Here I will write outer loop. Outer loop. Previously also I will mention it. Inner loop, and this is known as what? Outer loop. Outer loop. Inner loop and then outer loop. Here also I will write inner loop, and this is called outer loop. Outer loop this is. Done. Try to run this now. Print this. See this now. What is the value printed? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And corresponding to that 3, 2, 1 is printed, and again 3, 2, 1 is printed, again 3, 2, 1 is printed. Like that 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1 is printed like this. And here out of outer loop. This is related to what? While loop contains for loop. Last pattern, I'll go to while loop in for loop. How do I write that? While loop in for loop means which one is an outer? For loop I will take. Let me copy this for loop structure. Let me copy this for loop structure here. Inside of inner this thing, I will write while loop. In this place, I will write done. What is this now? Inner loop and then outer loop. While loop inside of this one. For loop is an outer, while loop is an inner. I hope that. Go to the place, and this is called 3.py. Copy down this, and I will go to this place. Here I am writing new Python file 4.py. 4.py. Try to carry this. Here I am writing 4.py. Here I am writing 4.py. What is this now? While loop in for loop. So I'll take it out, other one. If you want the same style, one is in forward direction, one is in backward direction. If you want, you can do that. So I will print outer loop in reverse direction. If you want, I can do that. For I in range of 6, 0, -1. Value of I is printed. J value, while loop I will take. J is equal to 1, and I will write it here. While j greater than j less than or equal to 3, value of j printed. J is equal to what? J is equal to j minus 1 decremented. Okay, j plus 1 correct. J plus 1 correct. J plus 1, and out of that I need not write what? I related statement, because I is going to be decremented automatically because you are written -1 step there. I hope you are following. Inner loop, and this is outer loop. Run this now. Perfect. So it is printing 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is printed as usual. What? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 printed as usual. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 printed. Out of which loop? Outer loop is printed. I hope you are following this. This is called what? 4 varieties of loops example. So for loop in for loop, for loop in while loop, and this is the written like this. Now I'm going to introduce one small uh, trick for you. Of course, it is very simple. I want to print I related loop, J related loop, K related loop I want to print. K related loop I want to print. I hope you are following me. What is my intention of I? I want to print 1, and I want to print 2. I want to print 3. I want to print how many times? 3 times. For every value of I, J want to print how many times? 2 times. K want to print what? 2 times. Like this. 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, come on. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 1, 2. What is this is that deals with I. What is this is deals with J. What is this deals with K. K. For every value of I, J to be repeated. For every value of J, K to be repeated. Come on, I is 1. What is the J value now? I and then JK. Then JK. So here, just a minute. I just want to. I. Next J value, how much? I need to print J to be printed 1 time and K to be printed what? 1 time. Still 1 only. And what is the J? 1 only. K will be printed what? 2. So for every, this is called 1 time I is finished. Another time what is happening? In the same place I will write it. Who is incrementing now? 1 only. J is incrementing now. What is the value of J? 2. What is the value of this? 1. Here still 1. Here it is called what? 2 only. Here it is called what? 2. So this is about what is completed. I value for 1. Inner loop is going to be repeating. Whose inner is repeating? Are you following? So I is repeating how many times? 3 times. For 3 times inner loop repeated how many times? 2 times. And for that inner loop, K will be repeating how many times? 2 times. That is the story. So what is the value of I now? If you don't understand, I will move forward. Come on. So I will print ijk. What is the value of I? 2. What is the j? Right. Chapali. If you don't say still over, understanding is over. Next 1. Next 2. 1 only. 1 only. What is the next 2? It is 2. Next 2. What is the value of I? It is 2. What is the value of k? 1. Next 2. What is the value of I? 2. What is the value of k? 2. 2. This is related to what? I related value for 2. I is 1 and I is 2. And I is going to become what now? 3. So I and the next is j and the next is called k. What is the value here? 3. What is the value of j? 1. Next 1. Next 3. 1. 2. Next 3. 2. 1. 3. 2. 2. That's all. That's all. So I is repeated how many times? N times. J repeated how many times? M times. K repeated how many times? P times. What is the total number of times? N into M into P times. I hope you are understanding. This is the total mechanism, how many times it is repeated. Let me plan out the program now. This logic I want to go for it. Simple. Now I'm going to say one more example. Inner loop example 5.py. Inner loop example 5.py. So there I'm going to take it. 5.py. Be careful. Try to follow me. What is the result? So 3 loops I'm taking, students. 3 loops. 5.py. 5.py. For, in, for. Anything you can take. Come on, start with. For I in range of 1, 4. I will print, come on, for j in range of 1, 3. I will say for k in range of what? 1, 3. 1, 3. I will print, what is that now? Backslash t, I value, backslash t, backslash t. Format of what? I, j, k. I, j, k. I hope you are following me. I, j, k. So here, I will just go for printing I, j, k. According to my diagrammatic representation, for I is printed This ijk also I want to print. If you are interested to print I value, there I will take it. I value, I will print, and j I will print, j I will print, I value, j I will print, then backslash t, I'll print what you know, k, and this I will write backslash t, and try to print this, and I'm writing else part I'm writing, and else part, of course, else part, nothing I'm writing here, and this also I'm writing, else part I'm writing. I'll write one small closing line here, closing line I am writing, and this final closing line I will write it. Final closing line I will write it. This closing line I will write it. If you want this closing line, if you want any, okay, let it be pass only. Try to run this. See this example. Carefully try to say something is missing there. Backslash t. Try to write it. Try to run this now. Carefully try to follow. What is this now? Come on. IJK. What is printed? 1 1 1 1 2, and of course ijk printed 1 2 1 1 2 1. This part I will shift to above. This part I will shift to this place. It is a better. Okay, this is a better. And if you want, can write one small line also. This line also I will write it. Try to run this. So here I am going to take up ijk. This you see carefully. 1 1 2 1 1 1 1 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 2. Clearly ijk. What is the value changing here? 2. For 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Here, 2, 1. Again, 1, 2. The next is called what is happening? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. And the next is 2, 2, 2, 2. Are you following that? Next, ijk, 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2. This is about what? 3 inner loops I am saying. Are you following me? Now, suppose if I use one break statement in the inner loop, if I use one break statement in inner loop, what is this loops I will write it? You see here, outer loop. And what about this? Inner loop. And what about this is called? Inner loop. If I use inner loop, in the inner loop, if I use any break statement, it will come out of the inner loop only. It will not come out of the total loops. Are you following? If I use break statement inside of this inner loop, it will come out of the inner loop only. It will not come out of a total inner loops. Total loops it won't come. This is one of the most important point. Are you following me? So this is the inner loops concept is completed. So I hope students in online, this is clear for you. I think so. So depends on your logic. Whatever the logic I mentioned it, and we got the output for it. Now I'll go for the examples. Open the notes. This is about skeleton examples done. Let me go to the further. Open the notes. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will display which will display which will display which will display 1 to n multiplication tables, which will display 1 to n multiplication tables, which will display 1 to n multiplication tables, which will display 1 to n multiplication tables. Did you understand that? What do you mean by that? Let us look into that. I want to display how many multiplication tables. Look at how many multiplication tables you need, where I am going to use, which requirement I am using. I want 5 multiplication tables. That means one multiplication table, second multiplication table, third multiplication table, fifth multiplication table. For this one multiplication table, what I will do? 1 into 1 is equal to 1. For that, what I will do next? 1 into 2 is equal to 2. So on I am writing. So on I am writing. Here I am writing 1 into 2 is equal to, I am writing 1 into 10 is equal to, 1 into 10 is equal to 10. This is about what? One kind of requirement. Second one is what? 2 into 1 is equal to 2. 2 into 2 is equal to, 2 into 2 is equal to 4. So on I will write it what? 2 into 10 is equal to, 2 into 10 is equal to 20. This is the one. Similarly, I'll go for what? 3 also, 4 also I will do. So you have to understand here one thing. What is that? What is that I am writing here? See, who will display these numbers? Who will display these numbers quick? Who will give you this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Outer for loop. Outer loop. Who will display this multiplication table? Inner for loop. Already this logic I explained for you. Today I am writing what? Outer loop will supply the number. Inner loop will display the multiplication table. So the point is outer loop supply the number. Inner loop will display the multiplication table. Let us start about inner loop 6 example. Inner loop 6.py. Inner loop example 6.py. 6.py. Inner loop example 6.py. There I am going to write it. N is equal to int of input of enter how many multiplication tables you want to display. I will accept it. If n less than or equal to 0, if n less than or equal to 0, I say what is invalid input. Dot format of what? N. Dot format of n. Now I am taking else. I am taking else. There I would like to say. Come on now. For I in range of, for I will take number. For num, any variable name. In where range of 1 comma n plus 1. N comma n plus 1. Print of what, for example, num. Just try to run it. I say some 4. It is printed 1, 2, 3, 4. For this one is concerned, what I want? Multiplication tables I want. So who is going to give you this 1, 2, 3, 4? Outer loop. So here I am writing outer for loop supply the number. Outer for loop supply the number. Supply the numbers. Supply the numbers. I will print the data for, come on, I in range of 1 comma 11. 1 comma 11. Print of what? Come on, already, into, I say, is equal to dot format of n comma I comma n star I. So there I am trying to take it. This is known as what? Inner loop generates multiplication table. Here I will write it. One beautiful outline I will print it. Print of what I am writing? Multiplication table for I am writing dot format of what? Num I will write it. And I'll say this line closing. After the table is completed, in the else part also one closing line. Outer for loop supply the number and inner loop will generate the multiplication table. A loop in a loop. I think you are understanding the need of the loop. Take this asking 5. See that carefully. What is that now? Multiplication table for 1. Earlier we used to display only one multiplication table. But here, table for 1. Table for 1. What happens? Something wrong. Not N. I will write what? NUM. Not NUM. Number. This is the one. NUM. Something mistake in the logic. Say 5. What I got it? Here I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4 up to 2. Second, third number, fourth number, fifth number. I hope you got it. This is related to what? Come on. One for loop in for loop. Similarly, you can do with what? While loop in while loop also you can do. If you are good in one pattern, other things are dead easy. Okay, now? Right. Students in online, I hope this is clear. And sometimes, so for, take one more time. Take one more time. I'll take up. Let us kill this once and try to run. Now I'm going to say, you said 20. 20 multiplication tables I want. From the beginning onwards, you check it out. 1 onwards, it started with 2, 3, 4, 5. It is going on saying up to how many? 20. 13th, 14th table, 15th table, 16, all those things. This is related to what? Sequentially, this is generating, correct? But my intention next is what? My intention is next what? Accept list of values, and generates what? Multiplication tables. Generates multiplication tables. Example, LST is equal to 10 comma 20 comma some 14 comma some minus 5 comma some 0 comma some 19. These are my list of values. For that, I want to generate the multiplication table. Random numbers also I want to generate the multiplication tables. Okay, now open the notes. These are all very good logic related programs. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will accept a list of values. Which will accept list of values. Write a Python program which will accept list of values and list of numerical values. You write which will accept list of numerical values. Which will accept list of numerical values and display multiplication tables for those random numbers and display multiplication table for those random numbers. And display multiplication table for those random numbers. Now I want to go for it. Let us start. What should I do next? Inner loop example 6.py. What does this code says, students? Multiplication tables for 1 to n numbers. 1 to n numbers. But today I'm going for what? Random numbers I'm going to take it. Correct? Random numbers. New Python file 7.py. 7.py. So I'll take up the 7.py. Multiplication table for, I'll write it. Multiplication tables for random numbers. Random numbers. Come on. How do you take it now? I will take this same. How many multiplication tables you want? I'm taking. See, students, enter how many multiplication tables you want to display. N less than or equal to 0. Invalid input. Else. What should I do? For I in range of 1 comma what? N plus 1. Say here, value is equal to int of input of enter home enter sorry enter value for generating multiplication table. Okay, and dot format of what? I. So that you take a list student, list you take it. LST is equal to what? List. Why I am taking that? To preserve my list of values. LST dot what? Append of what? Value. Append of value, students. Now I am writing else. There I am printing. What is that now? Given list of values. There I will write it. Dot format of what? LST. Try to run up to here. I say 5. Enter the first value 3. Enter the second value 19. Enter the value called -9. Enter the value 0. Enter the value 12. And these numbers, if you look into that, 3, 19, 9, 0. I don't want to generate the multiplication table for it. Say that what? Invalid input. And at 12, I want to generate the multiplication table. How to write the code for it? Very, very simple. So that is my list. Now code for multiplication tables for random numbers. Take the numbers. How do I take it? For NUM in where LST. Same. Outer for loop will supply the number from list. Outer for loop supply the number from where? List. Okay. What is next? I will say what? I'll check it out. That number is, in this case of my output, what is my data? Like this I am taking. For example, here I will take up. This is my list of value students. This number may be positive, may be negative, maybe 0, maybe negative. So I will check it out. What is that now? NUM less than or equal to 0. What I will say? Print of what? Is what? Invalid input. Is invalid input. Dot format of what? NUM. Okay. Else I will write it. If the number is positive, in this case 3. 3 less than or equal to 0. False. Now come on here. Print of. I'll write the multiplication logic. Print of. I'll write it. Multiplication table for dot format of what? NUM. So there I am trying to take up. Here I am trying to take up. Come on now. For I in range of 1, 11. Come on now. Print of faster. I'll write it. NUM into is equal to like this. Format of what? NUM comma I comma NUM into I. NUM into I. Else part I am writing. There I am going to close it. There I am going to close it. This is related to, this is called what here? Inner loop. Generates MUL table. Are you able to follow? This outer loop supply the number from list. Inner loop will generate the multiplication table. Simple. Let us run this. Say 5. Say some 12. Say some -5. Say some 5. Say some 0. Say some something like 19. Very simple. See from this beginning. 12. Yes, coming. -5. Invalid input. After that 5. Yes, output. Next 0. 0 is going to be available. Invalid input. Multiplication table for 19. Last 19. 19 is going to come. And the 19th is ending. Suppose you don't want to print that invalid input at all. For example, you don't want to print that invalid input at all. That time you simply do what? Instead of writing that, you say simply pause. Don't write anything. Try to run this. How many? Here. 10, 2, -3, 0. And say some 14. Say 14. 14 is coming. Next is 2 is coming. 10 is coming, not printing invalid. You try to say 5, 5, minus 4, minus 6, minus 19, 4 and 0. Only fourth table is coming. Other things are not coming at all. It is your own choice. Once you know subject well, you can do anything. Once we don't practice, nothing will come. This is about the another related kind of logic. Online students, is it clear for everybody? Is this is clear? Right. Inner loops concept is easy or difficult? Easy or difficult? Easy. Write down. One more. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will generate multiplication table, which will generate multiplication table, multiplication table. Oh, sorry, multiplication table. Now write a Python program which will generate prime numbers, prime numbers, prime numbers within the given range, within the given range, within the given range, within the given range. Important. See, students, how many examples on that area? In this way, if you take any kind of thing, it is dead easy for you to do the coding. Once we don't practice, problem for you. So 8.py, 8.py. So here I am writing 8.py. So program for, here I am writing program for generating, program for generating. What is this now? Generating primes, prime numbers, prime numbers within the given range, within the given range. Tell me, how do you do that? Come on. As I said, now how many multiplication tables you want? Enter the range. I will take up this. Don't take much time, students. I'll just take up here. Enter the enter the range. Enter the range in which we want, in which you want what? Times prime numbers. Okay. I say 1 less than or equal to 1. Prime number starts from where? 2 onwards. Now I wrote a 1. What is this input? Invalid input. Prime number starts from 2 onwards. For, come on, faster. I need to take the number you said. Suppose, for example, 10, you said 10. 10. What is the 10? Prime number starts with a 2, 3, 5, 7. That's all now. So I am taking one outer loop which will supply the numbers of what? 10. 10 now. 10 means it will supply what numbers? 2 to 10 it will supply. 2 to 10 means what? 2 will supply, 3 will supply, 4 will supply, 5 will supply, 6, 7, 8, 9. Inner loop will do what? Among the outer for loop supplied number, inner loop will supply, inner loop will decide what is the prime number. Are you following? So for num in where range of what? 1 comma, sorry, 2 comma what? NAM. Even if you write 1 also no problem. First of all, 1 will not come. Why I am stopping here only now? I am stopping here only. If you want, you can say 0 also, no issue. 1 onwards you say. But prime numbers will start from where? 2. That's why beginning only I am restricting the person. So I am saying that there only I am restricting. Even if you write 2 also, no problem. I am writing what there? N plus 1. You print that numbers once, NUM, you just try to have a trial run. You say 10. You see that 2 to 10. Among that, I need to display what? This is done by what? Outer loop. What inner loop will do? Inner loop will take 2, 3, 5, 7. That's all. These are the inner loop decision will be taken. Outer loop supply the number. So there I am going to write outer loop, outer loop supply the number. Supply the numbers. Okay. Now I am taking. I am printing. What is the next term? Inner loop I will write it. How do you write it? For I in range of 2 comma NUM. 2 comma NUM. What is the first number is coming? 2 will come. When 2 comes, what are the factors? I should not check with the 2. I should not check with the 2. That is another 2 itself is called prime or not. Prime number logic I already said to you. Students, if you look at, ఒకసారి open చేస్తున్నది. Where I taught I did not remember, but I taught to you. Which one? In the loops I said. In the for loop, in 6 or 7 I will, 7 I think so. 8, where I said for loop 3, for loop example, break statement related lo చెప్పంటారు. Break related I said. Break related. Yeah, here. Break related you see. Breaks related. Break statement example 5, same logic. Break statement related 6, same example. Break statement related 7 also same example. These many things I already explained. So go to that. Break statement example 1, break statement example, all those things I already explained. That logic I will write it today. So where is my loop? 8.py. Here I will write res is equal to what I am saying? False. Anything. If you take, I will take true and this. I'll take true today. What is this now? If num percentage I is equal to what? 0. Prime becoming false. Res is equal to what? False. And say what? Break. Once you say break, it is coming out of which loop? Inner loop only. Decides whether, so whether the number is, whether the num is prime or not. Who will decide that? Inner loop will decide. Outer loop will supply what? Numbers. If I say break, it will come out of this loop only. Here I am writing. See, if res. If res is still true, you print that number. Print of, what I will say? Backslash t. I will say what? Dot format of NUM. Dot format of NUM. That's all. Indentation. NUM. Here I will write it. Print of what? Prime numbers. Prime numbers within. Prime numbers within. I'll write it. Dot format of what? N. Right or unfinished. This is an inner loop. This is an outer loop. Simple. Execute. I say 10. What are the numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7. You say something like 20. You say something like 20 prime numbers. You say something like 50 prime numbers. Number of primes also, if you want, you can print. Number of primes also you can print. How many number of primes are also there? You can print it. Very, very easy. I hope you are following this. This is related to, if you want to print a number of primes, you can print. NOP is equal to 0. NOP is equal to 0. And this I am taking. NOP is equal to, NOP is equal to, here I will write it. Where I will print the inner loop is completed. Going to outer loop. RES. This for loop. NOP is equal to, NOP is equal to NOP plus 1. Here I will write it. Number of primes within is equal to, number of primes within is equal to dot format of what? n comma NOP, n comma NOP. Say this is called 10. Number of primes, it is printing like that. Where it is printed, this point, I will write it. What I do is, you print the numbers, later I will print like that. Here I am writing, else part is completed, then I am writing. Last part I am saying. Try to say some 10. Number of primes, how many? Number of primes within 10 is wrong answer, that is 1 minute, students. In place of that, we should not write that. We have to write here only. NOP is equal to. That's perfect. Say some 10. Number of primes is equal to 4. Number of primes within. When the number is printed, you increment that. You try to run. See, students, 20. Number of primes is 8. This is 8. Number of primes 5. If you feel difficulty, 2, 3, 5. 5, 3. Number of primes 100 is equal to 25. Prime numbers are there. This is the logic. When we come to one stage, any code is there, we have to write like anything. This is about how to print the number of primes. Able to follow? Right. Next. Write down. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will implement the following. Write a Python program which will implement the following. Write a Python program which will implement the following. Write a Python program which will implement the following. Look at that. What is my implementation here I am expecting? See, students, very, very important. 123, comma, 45, comma, 34, comma, 24, comma, 89. This is my given data. This is input. This is input. Expected output. Expected output, I am saying. Be careful. Important. Expected output is 1 plus 2 plus 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to what? 6. 6, comma, 4 plus 5, 9. 9. 3 plus 4, 7. 2, 24, 6. 89, 17. Like that, I want to do it. That is, write down this as it is, you write down. As it is, you write first. Given input, expected output. Sum list is equal to. Without coding, selecting an interviews is very difficult. If you are away from the coding, it's very difficult for you. What is the meaning? Find the sum of digits of each value of the list. Write down. That is, find the sum of digits of, find the sum of digits of each number of list. Each number of list. Find the sum of digits of each number of the list. Number. Whose digits? 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6. 4 plus 5, 9. 3, 4, 7. 2, 4, 6. 89, 17. Like that. Are you able to follow? How to do? Homework or classwork? Quickly, if you say, then I will move forward. Classwork or homework? And that too, it is done by what? With what? Inner loops only. Class work, homework, girls. Huh? Class work, class work. So I'm going to take up int. Look at 9.py. 9.py. So 9.py I'm going to take. First, try to get it. Just now, I read the values now. I read the values. This for loop, you close it. For loop related examples. Of this, you try to close it. This is the one we are having 9.py. Inner loops example 6. I got some values, correct? Enter number of numbers and I did and accept these values. So here I am pasting it. Inner loop, there I am saying inner loop, inner loop example 10.py. 10.py. So if you want, I will bring this type of code. I'll try to put it here as a commenting line. Okay. So enter the, how many? Enter number of values. How many values? Enter how many values you want in list. You want in list. So I'm taking that number of values. List I'm creating. Enter first value. Enter first value. Enter first number, or I can take whatever it is. I'm appending that and done. Try to run, students. Now I'm saying 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, something like 1, 2, and say 6, 7. This is my given data. This values I will bring it. This values I bring it. Tell me now. Up to here, you know now. From there you get it. Come on, start with. For NUM in where? List. Print of what? Print of what? NUM. This logic also I said to you. Print the list LST. LST. This also I said to you to find the digits of the given number. 2 to 3 logics I said. What is that now? I say enter how many values you want. Some 5. 100, 234, 45, 67, 23. So I got the separate values. I got it. Now I'm going to take up how to find number is coming. Already I said this type of logic for you. When I take 2, 3, 4, you take the number 4, you take the sum is equal to 0, take the number 4, S is equal to S plus 4, S value is called 4. Take the number 23, this is to take the 4, we applied what? Percentage operator. To get this 23, we applied what? Double slashes. 23 out of that 3 you get it, S is equal to S plus 3 you get it. Already 4 is there, plus 3 it is called what? 7. Now 2 I want to get it. That 2 again I will get it what? S is equal to S plus 2 you get it. And 9 you will get it. And the number exceeds to what? 0. In the while loop or for loop, I already said this logic for you. That logic I am using today. How do you take it down? You want that original logic? This will supply what? As usual, generally outer supply the number. Same to same. Supply the number. What I do next? Simply, I will take it. Come on, I will take. If you take this 1, 2, 3, for what I'm taking, V in where? str of num. Str of num. 1, 2, 3 I am taking into what? Str format. So that 1, 2, 3 will become str. So that what will come first term? 1 will come. 1 will come. 1 is what type? str. str. What I do there? I do inside. Inside of that, I will take S is equal to 0. Not there. Here. This is as usual, I will take this an outer loop now. as usual. I will take s is equal to 0. You do what? S is equal to s plus of what? Int of v. Int of v. That result I will append to what? List. Which list I am taking? Sum list is equal to list of I am taking. List of. You do what? Sum list of what here? Yes, you say. Sum list dot append. Dot append of what? S. Subappend of S. Then after this loop is over, say what? Else. What is this now? Given list is equal to, comma, LST. Print of what next? Sum list is equal to what? Sum list is equal to what here? Sum list. Sum list. That's all. What I am doing? Each and every number I am taking in the form of what? str. I am taking every value 1. 0 plus 1. 1. Next value is called 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. Next is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. For loop become fail. False. It will come to else. Add that sum to the sum list. Go to the outer loop. 45. Again reinitialize the sum is called what? 0. Beautiful. Say 5. Say the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 89 and 67 and say something like 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5, 9, 89, 17, 67, 13, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 18. That's all. Able to follow? Run it. Enter how many numbers? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 and say some 7 and say some 0. See that 1, 2, 3, 6, 4 will be 4 only, 1, 5 is 6, 7 will be 7 only, 0 will be 0 only. Beautiful logics, these are all called. Ultimate logics, these are all. So, these are all about what? Inner loops. So, students in online, I hope you understood the index you go. What is this now? Loops in loops, for loop in for loop, while loop in while loop, all the loops with various examples are done today. This concept is completed in today. Tomorrow class, I'll go for what concept? Functions I will introduce. It is again it is called what? 8 days concept. 8 days concept. And in all the days, and you are supposed to appear for what? These many things. And one of the most important announcement is, already I announced it, tomorrow, online students and offline students, tomorrow at 9 a.m. At 9 a.m. Python for data science is starting. Python for data science. There I am going to talk about NumPy, pandas, and what now? Matplotlib. It's going to start, and this will take 2 months of time. Even we can complete in 10 days also, like outside people are doing. If I do that, that will not fit for anything else. That I will discuss. That is our efficiency. That is our expertism in this subject. So this is what I'm going to discuss. At 9 to, you have to attend 2 classes. You have to attend 2 classes to become an expert. And we are not charging anything for you. We are giving you for Python student as it is. If you go to anywhere, if you want to train for this minimum, they will take 35 to 40,000 they will take. And we are giving as a part of Python only, and download the content of any person and then see that in our content, it is not even 10%. Okay. And tomorrow, 9 a.m. you have to attend, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and you have to attend 4 p.m. also. 2 classes you have to attend. Okay, now offline students offline, online students online. You can attend. So link is also available, I think so for you. Link is there. Link is there. Huh? Not there. Are you seeing the Google Drive first of all? In the Google Drive, it is there now. It is there in the Google Drive. If link is not there, so who is this? Amit Kalyan. Link they have not shared. My dear student, link is already shared in the Google Drive. Please be in touch with the link. Be in touch with the Google Drive. Google Classroom, you must be in touch with. If you don't see the Google Classroom, it is a difficult for you because they will share everything in the Google Classroom. If you don't see the Google Class, it is a difficult for you. Everything they will try to share it. Go to the place they already shared few days back only. If you don't try to follow that links, it is difficult because they won't come and display to you personally. They already shared it. Here it is available. Here it is available. Available or not? This is available. You need to click on this. You will come to the class. Are you following? It is there in the Google Classroom link. Everything is they will used to intimate to you in the Google link, Google Classroom. Okay. Anyhow, I will stop my class. Tomorrow class I'll go for what? Tomorrow two new classes will start. One is at 9 a.m. This will start. And one more is called what? Evening I will start functions. And this flow control statements is finished. So don't miss tomorrow. Huh? So database required for data science classes. See, ma, did I say that database is required? Did I say that database is required for data science? Actually required. Do you know database? Saraswati. Do you know database, ma? Do you know database? Then don't worry about it. So we'll take care of that. Okay. I will explain in the class how to communicate with the database also. Python for data, Python for SQL, I will explain. Thank you. All the best. Don't miss tomorrow classes. Two classes are going to be available. Thank you. Online students. Smeronica Behra.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Sir, actually, I didn't get that example, inner loop example 4 and 5.
Hmm? What is that?
Can you explain again that inner loop example 4 and 5?
Example number
4 and 5.
for range only. Range you need to read first. Range. Django is display in the descending. Already explained the range syntax. While loop concept. There is very simple. You can not this
Sir, your voice is not clear.
second line. You having a doubt in this place or not?
Yes.
Already
I'm that.
that part already explained in the class. That data types in the sequence data type, in the range data type already this place. Range start perfect in the previous classes. Go into this coding. You have to be perfect. Then only you can understand. For loop
Sir,
also
I have doubt of the steps. Actually, j equal to 1, then while j less than equal to 3. I mean,
is
how
equal
it
to
is
1. Is equal to 1 less than or equal to 3. True. Into the data. Increment it. Repeat it. Repeated for how many times? 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Read while loop.
After 3 times, then it will be go to the else part.
Outer loop. After 3 times over else part it will come. On the else part it will go to
Outer. Okay.
okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Need to read the total note proofs. Then only you can understand the subject. Okay, students. Thank you. All the best. Don't miss tomorrow class. Very important. I'll upload these notes. Try to download and then to read out this as well. Yashwant M. This batch will start very soon, my dear student. Very soon. Tomorrow is not, and very soon the 11th batch it is going to morning 11 a.m. It will start very soon. So I'll intimate in the class before 2 through 3 days.